Death has always been a mystery, but what really happens in our brains as we approach that final moment? Scientists have long wondered about this. Now, we're starting to get some answers. For years, we thought the brain just shut down when we die, like flipping off a light switch. But new research suggests it's not that simple. In fact, our brains might be more active than ever in those final moments. It's a bit like a grand finale in a fireworks show. This discovery is changing how we think about death. It's opening up new questions about consciousness. Himo Borhein is at the forefront of this research. Her groundbreaking findings are reshaping our understanding of life's final moments, and they're raising some big questions about what we thought we knew about death. She's journey began with rats. It might seem odd to study death in rats, but they're actually great for this kind of research. Their brains are similar to ours in many ways. In the first experiments, she looked at rat brains right after death. The expectation was to see brain activity slow down and stop, but that's not what happened at all. Instead, there was a huge surge of activity. Specifically, a big release of serotonin was observed.
Serotonin is often called the feel-good chemical. It's associated with happiness and well-being. So why would the brain release so much of it at death? It might be the brain's way of easing the transition.
This discovery was huge. It suggested that death might not be the abrupt lights out we thought it was. Instead, it might be more of a process, a journey that our brains actively participate in. And it led she to wonder, does the same thing happen in human brains? After her success with rats, she wanted to study human brains. But studying dying human brains is tricky. There are ethical concerns and practical problems too. You can't exactly ask people to die for science, so she had to get creative. She decided to focus on people in comas. These patients are often close to death. Their brains are in a state similar to what we might expect in dying brains.
She's team used advanced brain scanning techniques. They looked at brain activity in comatose patients over time. They were especially interested in patients who were nearing death. Human brains didn't show the same serotonin surge as rat brains, but they did show something else. It was a type of brain activity called gamma waves.
Gamma waves are a type of brain activity associated with consciousness. They're what our brains produce when we're awake and thinking.
So, finding them in comatose patients was a shock. It was like finding a light on in a house you thought was empty. These gamma waves weren't just present, they were strong. In fact, they were stronger than what we see in healthy, awake brains.
It was as if the brain was working overtime, like it was trying to process something big and important.
This discovery raised a lot of questions. Are these patients more aware than we think? Are they experiencing something we can't understand? And what does this mean for our understanding of death?
We don't have all the answers yet, but it's clear that death is more complex than we thought. I believe these gamma waves might explain near-death experiences. Many people who've been close to death report vivid experiences. They describe seeing lights, feeling peace, or reviewing their life.
Could these gamma waves be creating those experiences? It's possible, but we need more research to know for sure.
Near-death experiences have fascinated people for centuries. They're often described as profound and life-changing. People report feeling peace, seeing loved ones, or experiencing a review of their life.
For a long time, these were dismissed as hallucinations, but her findings suggest there might be more to it. The gamma waves seen in dying brains could explain these experiences. They're associated with heightened awareness and vivid mental experiences.
It's possible that these experiences are created by our brains in our final moments. One patient in her study reported a vivid experience while in a coma. She described floating above her body and seeing doctors working on her. She could recall conversations that happened while she was supposedly unconscious. This lines up with the gamma wave activity seen in her brain scans.
She believes we need to take these experiences seriously. They might offer a window into what happens as we die. They could help us understand consciousness better.